What's going on, guys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we're going to focus on goalkeeper movement. What is goalkeeper movement? The way I like to call it is an extra line of defense. If your defense is not there, or if you want to have your goalkeeper to be better defensively, is one of the key things that all the top tier players, all the elite players and all the pro players use to give themselves an edge when they are defending. Now there's two versions. There's a basic version and there's a more advanced version. We're going to go through both of them and I'll show you some examples of how they are used, which can instantly improve your defensive play, especially from corners. I'll show you a quick trick with corners towards the end. Now the first one, this is mainly in open play and active play. When your opponent has the ball, the most common type of goalkeeper movement is when the goalkeeper just simply rushes out to get the ball. If you hold down the triangle button on PlayStation, or if you're on Xbox, you hold down Y, the goalkeeper comes off his line and generally comes and runs towards the ball. Now, what's important to note here is this controlled exactly by the user. So you as a user have to hold the triangle button down or the Y button and that goalkeeper will come out. So if you delay it too much or you do it too early, your opponent could chip the ball over you or pass the ball around. So the key thing is to only use these, like let's say there's a through ball in behind, then use the goalkeeper to come out and then collect the ball. It's the most basic and common type of goalkeeper movement. It's used quite a lot and it's perfect to intercept a long ball or an L1 triangle behind if it's near towards the box and you have space to do so. Now the second more advanced way of moving the goalkeeper is by holding the right analog stick, clicking it down and moving the goal, as you can see on the left hand side. See that goalkeeper moving up and down relative to my controller? Now that's the way you move the goalkeeper. Now unlike when you hold the triangle or the Y button, the goalkeeper doesn't come rushing out. You see that? That's me pressing the triangle with the Y button. See how the goalkeeper just comes rushing out? If you hold the right analog stick down and you move the goalkeeper, he only moves in side step increments very, very slowly. So the idea behind this is if you think your opponent's going to shoot, for example, upwards, then you'll move the goalkeeper up like that. One thing I would say is just bear in mind wherever the player is. So if, for example, the player is across goal, you want to bring the goalkeeper out because then that's going to give you more space for your opponent to curve the ball around you. So you want to basically stay in line and move the goalkeeper up and down relative to where the player is. So let's say, for example, in theory, if I move my second player, or in this case the opponent, to this angle over here, you move the goalkeeper to the right or to the left relative of the player. Do you see? So I'm not moving it up and down anymore. I'm moving it left and right relative of the player. That way you're always securing the goal, and wherever your opponent is, you're basically mirroring that and moving the goalkeeper to the left and to the right of that player, because ultimately your job is to protect the goal. You can use some corners and set pieces, and we're going to go through some examples where I'll show you in depth on how to use goalkeeper movement. We're now going to go through some examples where it's more important where I show you these, where I explain to you real life examples where you'd move the goalkeeper. Now we're going to firm main to the right stick one because the first one is pretty self-explanatory, but the question is, when do you move the goalkeeper like this to give you an edge? Now, the way I like to think of it is, move the goalkeeper if, for example, anticipating, for example, a shot. So when Messi is left-footed, I know there is a big chance here that Messi will take a shot and take a shot towards goal. So in this situation, I move the goalkeeper upwards. You see, you don't want to move the goalkeeper down or anything like that. You want to move him up. But the sole reason is because you're expecting a shot to go on a far post. So you see, watch, when he takes a shot towards goal, I move the goalkeeper just ever so slightly upwards so you can nudge the ball away. The key thing is, when the shot is near your goalkeeper like here, you need to stop moving the goalkeeper, because if you do, he will carry on moving and he will sometimes glitch out. A good rule of thumb is to basically move the goalkeeper before your opponent's taken a shot. Basically, predict where they are going. Because if you take it too late, then the goalkeeper sometimes glitches out. So the key thing is when your opponent is near you and is about to make a shot, you anticipate where he's going to go and you hold the right set and you just hold it just once. So he takes one stop, one touch or one step to the right. For example, here, one step to the right, but upwards to give him a chance of taking a save towards the far post. Here's another example, as you can see with Zielinski on the ball, where he then makes the pass across goal. As you can see, the one I talked about, the goalkeeper is my final line of defense. There is no other defenders in the way. Now, the question is, where do we move my goalkeeper? Now, as I said, it's relative to where the player is. Now, in this situation, we know that the player in this situation is going diagonal. Now, do we know where he's going? Not really, but we don't move the goalkeeper either to the left or to the right, because that will, of course, allow him to shoot on either side. You want to be relative to where the player is, be in front and move it like this. So as you can see, he's going to take a shot across goal. So I predict what he's doing. And if I slow this clip down by 0.5 so you can see it in slow motion, you can see I hold the right analog stick, press it in, hold it down. The header takes one step to the right, and that's enough for me to guarantee the save. Yes, in this situation, it looks like it wasn't really needed, but had that been a green time shot across goal, it would have been a goal. So that extra movement just before, you see I moved the goalkeeper just before he takes a shot. As soon as he takes a shot, I let go of the goalkeeper movement. It will take some time to get used to, but you see I move it just before he takes a shot, and I let go as soon as he's taken the shot, so it allows the goalkeeper to move and then settle. So you basically want to move the goalkeeper just before he takes the shot. So for example, like here, you can see I lose the ball, make a very silly pass. He ends up getting the ball, ends up making a pass. My goalkeeper's nowhere to be seen. My player's nowhere to be seen, no defense. I move the goalkeeper one step down, and just before he actually connects the ball, I let go. That way my goalkeeper settles, and he then makes the save. Here's another example over here. As you can see, Mane gets the ball, pass the ball to Vinicius. He then beats my defender. I don't use the goalkeeper movement yet. I let him beat my defenders first. He beats me, takes me away with a beautiful touch with Mane across goal. Now I got no defenders at all. Then I use goalkeeper movement as my last defense, my last resort. Here you can see the shot is probably going to go across goal. So with the goalkeeper, just enough to edge the ball. You can see the exact same thing here is here. I anticipate it and with the goalkeeper down to cover that edge, and that's enough to get a touch. Yes, again, he would have saved it either way, but had that shot been completely across goal, it would have probably been a goal. You can also move goalkeepers in set pieces. So for example, corners. Now, my key area of moving the goalkeeper is normally just in front of the near post angle. And the reason for that is in the game, there's a sort of a guaranteed safety net. If you move the goalkeeper here, generally speaking, I line up the post with this white line over here. If you move the goalkeeper to this radius, if he cannot get the ball, he returns back to goal. So if you move the goalkeeper here before he's taken the kick, when the ball comes in, if the goalkeeper is near the radius and he can get the ball guaranteed, the game will automatically go towards the ball and punch the ball away. So it's kind of a guaranteed safety net. You will know what I mean when you try to do this in game. So I move the goalkeeper just about here. Then when he takes the shot, if the ball goes around this area, I said the goalkeeper commanding area, the goalkeeper, even if you let go of the right analog stick, the goalkeeper goes and punches the ball away if he can guarantee he can get it. If he can't guarantee and get it, he returns back to the goal. So if I let this clip play on, you see here, I move the goalkeeper instantly to the right hand side, then I let go of him. When I let go of the goalkeeper, he stands there from a corner. If it's an open play, he moves back to goal, but from a corner, he stands there, as you can see. Then that means and I can move back further, when a goalkeeper comes in that area, as you can see, he very swiftly just picks up the ball. I'll show you a bit more of an elaborate example now. Now I'm going to show you a clip where the goalkeeper goes and continues to get the ball when I let go of him. So watch this, the corner comes in, I move the goalkeeper there, and the goalkeeper then collects the ball. Now it looks like it's simply like I held the ball the entire way, but I didn't. So if we go back here, when the ball gets played, I move the goalkeeper, he plays it very, very quickly, so I haven't got enough time to move him to the white line completely. But when the ball gets played, you can see I let go. So when the ball's in the air, I let go of the right analog stick. Now the goalkeeper should retreat and return back to the goal line. But because he deems that the game deems, should I say, that my goalkeeper can get the ball before my opponent, you can see he just carries on to the ball. I don't press anything else. I simply just let go of the right analog stick and he carries on himself. You see that? And that's what I mean by that safety net. I'll show you an example next where if the goalkeeper can't get the ball, he basically just returns back to the goal line. Here's an example of the goalkeeper returning when he can't get the ball. So as you can see, I move the goalkeeper, then the cross comes in. I let go of the right analog stick, as you can see, and because the ball is far away from the goalkeeper, unlike last situation where he came out to punch the ball or save the ball, he returns back to the goal. So you see that? I let that play one more time. Ball comes, and he just runs back into the goal. So it's kind of like a safety net. You see, if he can't get the ball, he automatically runs back to the goal. So he only comes out when you need to. You might see a lot of the top tier players doing this a lot. I just want to show you one more final example of a pivotal key moment in the game. When the ball gets played over here, as you can see, it's a through ball. My defense, I ran out with him. And you see what I've done is I moved my goalkeeper all the way upwards. He ends up taking the shot and he ends up just edging the ball off on the post. Now, this is an example where you should use it in the very last minute situation. But the key thing is not to abuse goalkeeper movement. You want to use it once or twice per game to kind of shock your opponent in the clear 1v1 opportunities. And as I said, you want to be careful how you outsmart your opponent, because if you keep using goalkeeper movement the entire game, sometimes your opponents will realize what you're doing. For example, like here, he moved the goalkeeper every single time. So I knew he was going to do that, so I shot near post to counteract it. So the key thing is use goalkeeper movement to give you an edge inside the last situation where your defense is not there, or if you're sure it's going to be a shot across goal. Use it there as take one step to the right just to give yourself a better reach, but you also cover the near post angle as well. So think of goalkeeper movement like a last minute mechanic to help you save yourself in the final 1v1s when your defense is not there, and to help you on set pieces, especially in corners where you can save a lot of corners that way, and even defending free kicks the same way. It does take some practice, so do practice it, and don't forget, one step to the right and let go of the goalkeeper movement button before your opponent takes a shot, so your goalkeeper settles, and then you have the best chance of saving the shots. That is goalkeeper movement. Don't forget to try out in game, and don't forget, patience and timing is the key with this. Don't overuse it, use it sometimes to surprise your opponent.